guys, sorry about that. Always something going on at Paltalk. I'm Diana Falzone on the Diana Falzone Show, here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm so excited because I've had this guest before on our radio show, DeVore and Diana, Maxim Radio Sirius Satellite, which you can catch if you have Sirius, or you can even check it out on the internet. It's 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern every night. So make sure to check that out. We've had him before. He's amazing. Hypnotherapist, expert, really. I mean, this is your field of choice. Eric Seisler?
Very good.
Thank you. Eric Seisler, hypnotherapy.com. Everyone can check him out right now, because if you're near your computers, which you are, you can check him out, find out all of his expertise. What is your background in hypnotherapy, and more importantly, what made you decide to get into it?
Well, I'm a very creative person, and hypnotherapy is a very creative field, and it's very interesting because people go about this in very different ways. There's a component of hypnosis called creative visualization.
Okay.
And creative visualization uses a lot of images. Hypnosis is a lot about imagining possibilities and imagining how to change where you are and where you want to be. Where you want to go from where you are. I mean, people get stuck in ruts. Right,
so pretty much if, like a good example, I mean, we really focus on dating and relationships on my show here, and a lot of people will raise their hands and have questions about their past relationships and saying, I cannot get over this boyfriend or girlfriend or even an ex-wife or ex-husband, and they say, what do I need to do? And even if they try all the, getting over relationships 101, which is getting out there, going on dates, hanging out with friends, distracting themselves, indulging in work, they can't.
Exactly.
So is hypnosis something?
Hypnosis is excellent for that.
Okay.
Now, my training is, I've trained through a number of different individuals, different institutes. I trained in something called neuro-linguistic programming.
Oh, what is that?
Neuro-linguistic programming. And when you break down the words, exactly what it means is neuro, it's the brain, linguistic, language, programming. So it's about how the brain interprets language, and how we program ourselves, how the brain programs itself with language.
Well, that makes sense, because when I hear the word chocolate or ice cream, there's probably little synapses going on in my brain that's like, happy.
Right.
When I hear the name of my third grade teacher that would yell at everybody all the time, I'm like, ooh, Mrs. McLean, she was mean.
Right.
And it's those kind of associations.
Associations, perfect word.
Okay.
Hypnosis is about associations.
All right.
And it's about switching those associations in our brain, which that's really where NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, really comes into effect. And to do hypnosis, one of my teachers once said, to do hypnosis without the NLP component, it's just not as effective. NLP is a lot about learning how body language is such a huge part of people's behavior. I mean, we talk about body language all the time.
Right.
But we talk about it in a very lay sort of way.
Well, body language can really affect any kind of aspect of your life, whether it's your career or your personal. I know that when I've gone on dates, and some of the most awkward ones are not because of what's being said, but the stance that you have, and you can tell how comfortable or uncomfortable you are in a situation if you monitor your own or the other person's. And I know for myself that an indicator of I'm not feeling this guy is when I'm sitting there like this, kind of like
or someone comes in and they're just sitting there, arms crossed, shoulders hunched in, they're clearly not very comfortable. Now that's pretty obvious.
Right.
But when people come into my office, a lot of times when people come into my office, I mean, look, hypnosis is foreign to most people.
Yes.
A few times people have had it in the past, or now more and more people are hearing about it. I mean, it's actually mentioned, it's been mentioned several times on major television series over the last 6 months, but never used to be. And it's been mentioned favorably, which were in the past, it was always very voodoo.
It was like cuckoo
exactly.
or something.
But people's body language will totally change within, a matter of about 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
So if I came in, let's say my problem was learning how to trust again.
Okay, I just want to interrupt you for a moment.
Oh, go ahead.
Because you use the word problem.
Okay.
I never use the word problem.
All right.
I always use the word challenge.
Oh, that's good. Actually, neurolinguistics problem.
Because it's about how we interpret language.
Right.
Because if I continue to say the word problem to you,
I'm going to feel I'm problematic.
You're going to feel you're problematic. You may use the word problem.
I'm a problem person.
But I don't want to continue to use that word to you.
Right.
The more that I use the word challenge, that's going to give you the idea that this is something that you can overcome. So it's about how we interpret language.
Okay, so if I was going to rephrase this to be more positive, I would say my challenge is learning how to trust a new individual in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's say that, and I'll be honest, I've been hurt a lot from different relationships. Every single one of my significant boyfriends that has lasted, 2+ years has cheated on me.
Okay.
Now, people could say, it takes two to tango, maybe it was your fault, blah, blah, blah. Whether you want to place blame on anyone, it has affected my level of trust in new relationships. So how would someone like me would have my challenge treated?
Okay.
What would be the first step if I walked into your office?
Okay, the first step is I was talking about ruts earlier.
Right.
And that's often the biggest thing we have to overcome. It's not about, in relationships, I was thinking about this coming here actually.
Mm-hmm.